Looks like Timaeus isn't here today. Customers? Oh, pardon me. No, just strange for him. I see. He was called away, but I'm Sucrose, Albedo's assistant. If you have any alchemy-related queries, you can... Huh? Do I look nervous? My apologies. I don't get out too often. If you need any help, just call my name. If not... Thanks. No worries. We're all clued up on the basics of alchemy, aren't we? Hey, aren't you the legendary traveler? The one who repelled Storm Terror? I've heard so many stories about you. Always... sorry, don't mind. Still, you definitely... There's that name again, Albedo. Is he also an alchemist in Mondstadt? Apologies, I never introduced him. Albedo... But Paimon's only ever seen Timaeus teaching him. Yes, he's dedicated himself to investigating the truth of this world. We often get alchemists coming to Mondstadt from all over Teyvat, seeking his help. They say that the Wow! Paimon... Still, it seems that he's encountered a problem in his research recently. Every time I see him, he has a concerned look on his face. I'm sure that Albedo would love to hear about your incredible exploit. Albedo is a true gentleman. He'll be sure to pay you back in equal measure for helping him out. I don't see why not. Testing the limit... Albedo and Timaeus, I'm afraid you'll have to go... Sorry. Hey, stop worrying. Sucrose is a whole lot less nervous when she gets talking about alchemy and research, huh? Anyway, let's go and look for Albedo. Sister Rosaria! So here you are! Choir practice is about to...
I've told you already, I don't go...
but...
Hopes? That's odd, because I don't
I mean...
But what? You're this far out from Mondstadt.
Huh? Well, that...
Evident, don't fret. Nobody's gonna blink, but if you dally any long...
You're right. It's a very important commemorative event. If I'm late, then... right, I've gotta get going. Seems like that sister's an...
I thought I heard something. Who are you?
We better watch out. She seems like...
Oh, really? I'm a member of the long...
Wait, she heard that? Paimon was...
And as for this outlander you seem to be the honorary knight that's otherwise, depending on your...
What? Do the Sisters of Mondstadt have the authority?
We can't go turning a blind... Let's talk about you. What are you doing in the mountains? If it's him you're after, I made a point of noting it. Many people have made their way up after...
So...
No, this is just a professional habit of mine. I sensed elemental traces in these tracks. Never, I couldn't care what you think.
Rosaria said there were elemental traces in the tracks. They should show up pretty clearly with elemental sight.
You know, little pixie, your ability to appear and disappear at will is very interesting.
Yeah?
After committing a crime, you'd be able to leave the scene without a trace.
You're so suspicious. Why is Paimon a criminal in your example?
Off we go!
I will end you. Roasted fried. toasted fries this first.
It's getting colder and colder. Rosaria, aren't you freezing?
Me? I'm alright. I got used to operating in adverse conditions a long time ago.
Huh? Seems like there's more to being a sister in the Favonius Church than Paimon realized.
Off we go!
Follow my lead.
Is that albedo? Why would he hang around?
The word on the street is he loves painting. The views and scenery.
But... Uh-oh. Looks like we started...
Who are you? Why did you... Thank the gods I'd already completed my painting. Would have been a shame to leave these particular hilly trails unfinished.
What's up with painting hilly trails?
I'm afraid the answer isn't easy to explain. If you'd like to have a look at my painting, it may give you a clue.
Wow. Look...
You can find these hilly trails anywhere, but take a look at this best in the cyclical eye.
Hold your horses. Something tells me we found your man. I'm headed back.
What? Don't you have any... what a...
So Sister Rosaria brought you, but back to the point. From her...
We met a girl in Mondstadt, Sucrose. She said you were stuck with...
I see. So Sucrose sent you. Then, if I'm not I've heard a bit of it. I'll skip to the conclusion. There's only one possibility after all. Excellent. If I could procure your assistance, I think my research...
Whoa.
For example, awakening life. Breathing new life into fallen leaves.
You can do that?
However, it's like you.
Well, if you're struggling...
I beg to differ, but you're not from the known world. By
shall we just get out of here? This sounds a little freaky.
It's possible. Time for a change.
Albedo and that traveler seem to have hit it off. Takes a weirdo to know one, I guess. I wonder, does this constitute...
Has a question. After the seed sprouts...
I don't know. Using alchemy to after awakening.
No! Paimon's got a brain! But what's the seed gonna become? Isn't that more...
Well, if it turns out to be a
Yay! Paimon's holding you to it.
Well, let's just say... The subject... How you're able... Firstly... Do you have any extra organs? A second heart? A fourth... Fascinating. And...
What a stupid question! And another thing, it's Paimon!
I was merely considering the possibility that you were an external organ. Perhaps there is some invisible oh, that rules out that possibility. But that would mean that Paimon's elemental power would be enough to break through.
Hey! How?
In that case, given that there's... Firstly, let me lure a few...
Huh?
Direct and clear. Naturally...
Slimes! Slimes are fine!
Well, prepare... Great work. If you're injured, I have a few emergency potions ready. Excellent. Now that we know...
Internal.
It's very simple. If the elemental power is stored or accumulated physically within your body, this potion may elicit an element...
Sounds kinda...
Don't worry.
And...
If anything unexpected occurs, well, that's just a warning. If an internal elemental Yes, that's an excellent way to think about it. It's a type of... I'll take you to my... All going to...
Paimon's still... Let's keep her up.
Here. Should do for catalyst purposes. This one. Usable with a bit of polish.
Can't catch me! Bam!
What luck. This should be enough. I can't...
Can't catch me!
This is my campsite. While we are waiting, have a look over here. My assistant Timaeus here is helping me with my...
Hello!
Whoa!
I think the most rational direction would be to expound on the phylogenetic following the...
Not bad for a point of entry. But strictly speaking, slimes are elemental life forms. A cryoregen in that sense.
Yes.
After all, if it turned out...
Ah, it would. Speaking of...
Great, I'll leave you to it. Looks like the potion's ready. In line with my expectations. Ready to drink. Remember to keep calm at all times, and breathe deeply if you feel unwell.
Tasty? You've got a funny look on your face. You said you tried...
This potion, but if the...
So you...
It was my own concoction, of course. Only natural for me to be the guinea pig. Perhaps it's just in conclusion? Then again, better an ordinary result than a peculiar. The good thing of people are the same when you're sick, but a peculiar. For example, a human can't understand the life. To sum up, Timaeus, the results of the new experiment are out.
Just a moment, sir. I'll handle it. Having you...
Not bad.
You can...
Is he trying to...
If you're interested...
albedo! Let's go see him!
I'm back. Did you see anything interesting? Well, there may be take to that, but worlds may... So, I think answering this question calls for the same methodology as last time. In other words, no. Now, see this pillar here? Use your willpower to try and break it.
You think Paimon...
That was your... I'm curious to see how the taste and texture respond. It may even help with proliferation. Anyway,
Cooking?
not only is...
That does sound yummy, though. Okay,
I'll leave you to it then. If there's any...
How are we gonna channel...
That was fat.
Where does he get these ideas from anyway?
That was fat. An average out as far as the proliferation unless...
We just did...
Not to worry. And here's your...
Woohoo! Thanks! Glad you were paying attention.
I can tell that... Not that...
Hey! But you do... And you're right!
Yes, there are all I managed to...
Paimon's barrel...
Don't worry, if you had, I must...
So... Guess we'd better take a look. Oh, yeah!
Can't catch me!
This must be electrohypostasis powder. The extract of an animo crystal fly can only be...
Goodness. I'm wondering...
Yep.
Unfortunately, only a never...
You mean...
Don't be disheartened. I have to Right then. Up until now, our research has focused on your otherworldly identity. In essence, looking out from where we're standing. Can you see what Sucro... And if you jumped from here and landed on that cliff? The one over... So what about if you planted a single blow on the mountain face here, and it burst into a Then I shouldn't get too excited. I know of a location...
Still in one piece. Good thing the vial's so strong.
Not necessarily. Not if you know of a better method, that is. Whichever method, I will factor
The opposite side...
without limitation. Some of us, no matter what choice you make, it's all a part of the experiment. Then if you would...
Wait a minute. While we're busy testing, what exactly are you gonna be doing?
Me? Recording data, responding to risks, providing, emotional support.
So if we do decide to go swimming, you gonna dive in with us?
No. Unless you're thinking of conducting competitive research?
Oh! forget Paimon said anything.
Great work. I've never seen it before. Your reputation.
But you followed.
Me? If it turns out, if the
But how does this?
You've helped me to unravel many of the problems that were holding it back. I may be about to make some analogies between gold, the essence. I'm willing to all these things.
Oh, so that's what.
Precisely.
So after all.
Of course not. Now, follow me.
Off we go!
I imagine you must have encountered more. I'd like to observe your intelligence by means of a practical test. I'd like you to there are as with the physical test, there are no restrictions. Everything you do is an action I wish to remember that. So, it's a complex environment, so proceed with caution. Adventure time! It should now be possible to activate the central mechanism. Exactly what will happen when you do is something I'm looking forward to find. Oh, seems that the water level has suddenly decreased. We should... What's this? To the best of my knowledge, there's still a... Let me make a copy first.
Seems like if.
I've truly gained a lot. Let me return to the campsite first. By the time you get back, I may just have a fleeting miracle for you to witness.
Paimon's kinda looking for. Unless you can.
Not so fast. You're not leaving until I'm convinced.
You!
I most certainly did not. I must say, you let your guards down. Or maybe you were drawn in by his compelling-sounding hypothesis and friendly demeanor. Taking orders? I'd sooner.
Sister Rosaria's guard's so high, she can't even see over the top of it.
It doesn't matter what you think. I'm only concerned
No way!
with an alchemist in any case.
So, what are you gonna do?
I've investigated,
But,
but for insurance. Now then, which is what I was.
over?
Before we go our separate ways, Outlander, a word of advice. Don't be so quick to trust albedo, and don't repeat the same mistakes that you did this time. You made a lot of rash decisions today.
She's gone! Mondstadt doesn't have many people like that. Huh.
Off we go! Adventure time! Off we go!
You're back. Good time. You took quite a while. Did you get held up on the way back? Time for the results. But the integral preliminary conclusion that I can offer you is...
You couldn't tell that? We spent all day...
Please, have you ever considered that the world of Tevat may have a natural hostility to... I mentioned the only other... But imitating you helped to inspire my alchemy. And so...
Whoa! It looks like something's appearing!
The transition from nothing into something is not nurture.
Paimon thought...
Life is a short life. So, do you understand what I meant about us conversing here arguably being a small miracle?
Albedo...
Thank you both. Your help inspired me to discover the means to make a flower. I mean that in the future, if the need arises, well... I made a point throughout of telling him how but what was that sediment those born of Earth, if what can I rely on?